welcome here. Okay, let me start over. Hi, I'm Jada. Welcome. I crochet here for fun. So today what I'm planning on doing is making a gradient granny square sweater. That's a lot of words, but that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on making it to where it's like dark pink to light blue to dark blue on the front, the back, the sleeves, all of it. And I don't know how to do that. So I'm bringing a camera along, my phone, because I just want to see if I can do it on my own, you know? Because I literally tried like searching pixel art gradient, like how to. It was a lot of Photoshop stuff and it was like smoothed out and I'm like, this needs to be a pixel, and it wasn't a pixel. So I'm just gonna figure it out on my own. If I figure it out, then I'll put it up, you know? And we'll see if it actually comes out cute. Anyways, it's hot. It's blazing. I don't have my fan on right now. I don't have any blush on, so let's just get right into it. Okay, my fan's on. I got my glasses on. I'm comfortable again. I just wanted to say that there was a quilt that I saw on Instagram. I can't remember the person's ad, the lady's ad, but there was a quilt on Instagram. She made it ombre with a bunch of squares. So I'm like, I have to do that. I have to. So I just wanted to enter that in there. I literally need to make something gradient because that was so... Okay, so this is what I have. I had 2 gradient balls of pink and blue, and then whatever I had left over, I inserted into these beautiful white granny squares. That'll probably be on the front if I like them. And I also have these 2 partials. And because I was planning on doing someone's granny square sweater tutorial, and they did partials for the neckline, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, I'm gonna make one right now. So that's what I did, and now I'm like, oh, I want to do something else. So I have to figure out how to use these because I can't waste yarn. Okay, so my plan is literally just spread all this out. For the front panel, I have 4x6, right? No. Okay, gosh. So the 2 sleeves I have 4x6, the back panel I have 5x5, and then the front was gonna be 4x7 plus these pieces for the shoulder part because I have the partial squares. Now I gotta figure that out because that's not gonna work. So I don't have a plan yet. Hey besties, this is literally me writing everything out because I'm not smart enough to just go. Sleeve, oh, and then the back panel. Okay, so the back panel was gonna be 5x5, which was big enough for me because I laid on it. She lied, y'all, the other night. And then 4x6 is fine. And then for the front panels, I'm probably gonna do 2x5. That sounds good. 2x5, 2x5. So 20, 48, 25, 45, 48, 3, 93. Hold on, wait a second. Because I might have made way too much. Wait. 5x5, 4x6, 5x5. Girl, huh? Okay, so I might have more than expected, but that's fine. Better safe than sorry. I didn't do a segue or anything, but I'm basically just laying everything out to my satisfaction. I don't know how I feel. I think that I want all of it to be dark on the outside and then get light on the inside. So I don't like this being right here. I don't like this being right here. This is pretty light, but at the same time, no, it's really not. So I'm just gonna trade this one out. And like, Out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! I'm back, just here to say I'm cutting off all of my granny square tails from the circles. I wanted to show how I connect my squares. So I'm doing the flat stitch method. This is what it's gonna end up looking like. You see this? Yeah. Yep. So I'm going to be going on one loop only of the V's, and I'm gonna only go on the first loop that's closest to the next square. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's the cluster right here, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then on this chain 1, I'm gonna connect my hook, and I'm just about to pull my yarn through. For this one, it's a little trickier, so it's the cluster right here instead of up here. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then the second chain. So I wanna do the chain that was higher from the corner. And then I'm gonna get my yarn. Okay, can you see this? Oh shoot, did you even see that? I'm gonna do that one more time.
So I have my cluster, and I'm gonna get the higher chain of the chain 2 in between the two. In between the shell, basically. So it's 1, 2, 3, and this one right here. And then it's 1, 2, 3, and I want the higher chain, so I'm gonna go 1, 2 over here. And just put it through, grab my yarn, and these are all different colors, so hopefully it shows up pretty well. And I'm just gonna
pull this all the way through. I'm gonna tie one knot. A lot of people connect their yarn differently. I'm just gonna tie one knot because I always weave in my tail, so I have trust and faith in what I'm doing. And now for this specific, what is it called? Specific stitch, I need to keep, what is it called? The working yarn behind me. So it's always, basically what that means, it's always gonna be in the middle. So I'm gonna connect this again. Okay. And then pull it through. And this isn't 2 loops on mine, it's just the tail. That's just the tail, if you can see. That's just the tail, so I only have 1 loop from the square on here right now. All right, and I'm gonna chain 1. I'm not gonna go back into this chain space. I'm gonna go into the first double crochet. This needs to be behind me. So always behind, always in the middle. Gosh, I just messed up like 5 times. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull through all 3 of these. And I'm gonna tighten my tails. Tighten the white, tighten the blue. The green, my mom calls this green, oh my God. It's like teal, this is not green. And by the way, this is still in the middle, but I'm making sure it's not over here while I'm putting it in. So it's in the middle, it's not behind me, but it will be for the next one. Okay, so I picked up the first one. Gonna make sure this is swooped behind me. And then pick up the second one. I'm just twisting all my tails onto the working yarn so it can be beautiful and just all, I don't have to weave in any ends later, basically. This is what it's gonna look like with all the colors mixed together. Looks pretty funny. This tail was so long, I was just like, okay, this is enough. So I'm just gonna cut this one. But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like on the back side. And it's honestly pretty tough or tricky, like your first couple of squares, because it's like, oh my god, what the heck? But once you get into the swing of things, it's like, oh my god, this is like cathartic. This is so cathartic. It's really nice. It does lead to a lot of, at least for me, crocheting leads to so much, just so much procrastination. I can't, it's like, well, I have this started, so I might as well finish it, you know? So that's where my headspace is at, like, all the time. Because I'll start something and then I'll be like, well, now I have to finish it. And if I have a work in progress already and then I start another one, I'm like, well, I have to finish both of these now. So kind of cuckoo, but like, that's just me. Also, I haven't been checking if my stitches are matching up, which is really bad. So I'm going to check right now. This one is, the next one I'm going to go in is the second double crochet, and then this is also the second double crochet, so I'm good. But sometimes I be messing up, okay? So I just gotta double check sometimes, because for one of my squares, I just kept messing up on the rows. It was so annoying. And then I get to the top, and at the top I'm just gonna crochet, slip stitch just the first chain, and then continue from there. Okay, here's where I'm at right now. This is what I've stitched together, and I'm just going up vertically and then horizontally later. But yeah, I'm just gonna undo some of this to show how I connect the squares together. So I'm just gonna undo a couple of these. So I just repeated what I did on the last clip. Hopefully it was the last clip. So I have my third. I'm just making sure that they match. And again, in the back, slip stitching it all together. And then one chain from the chain 2. One chain. Okay, if I can get it. Okay. There we go. Okay. And I have it all lined up on my bed like I showed, just because I need it to be the way I want it to. It'd be different if like I didn't have a pattern, or it was like checkerboard and I would know exactly where everything goes, but that's not what this is going to be like. So again, I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3 double crochets and then the higher chain. But you see how my yarn isn't where it's supposed to be at? I need to make sure that my yarn is over here, because doing it right here, it would just mean that my working yarn is coming up above my hook, but I want it behind my hook. Okay, so I have them connected. I was supposed to cut this off. I thought I cut all my tails off already, but I guess not. Okay, so before I even slip stitch, I'm just gonna twist these two together twice to make sure that it's all twisted up. Okay, sorry, just knocked my stand. Okay, and it untwisted, see, because I don't trust myself. Okay, and twisted, twist once and twice, period. Okay, and then just pull through all 3, 2, 3, and tighten it super tight, super tight. I don't care if it doesn't look the same. It virtually does. Like, who cares if it's not a centimeter larger to match? Like, you can barely tell. And it's so cute anyway. And then again, just twisting around my tail and making sure everything's good and great. I just can't pick up a loop for the life of me. Okay, and again, for the working yarn on the inside, I really hope that this is clear. Like, I hope it's not confusing to be like, okay, it has to be behind. But like for the one on my left, this is my left, this one needs to be behind my hook. But I don't know how to explain this one because it looks like it's not behind. But like basically when you're pulling your loop up through these two right here, your yarn should be behind. I really hope that makes sense. Okay, wait, let me try to show it again. So, because when I do it fast, it's just like, oh, you missed it. Okay. So, picking up one loop, and I need to make sure, because every time I start one, it's like, okay, you did it totally wrong at the beginning and didn't check. Okay, so this is the third double crochet. This is also the third double crochet. I'm gonna twist this around. And also for my tail, as I go along, I just keep stretching it, and then it's gonna be all scrunched up together. But then after it's all scrunched up, I just even it all out and it's all nicely tucked in here. Not nicely, but like good enough, you know? So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Just like regular. Wait a second. And I do take it off of my hand because I work with it like all twisted up on me. But if I can't like focus on getting the thing on, what is it called? Getting the hook inside the chain, I just let it go. Sometimes you just gotta let stuff go, you know? And that's life. That's life. That's life.
That's what all the people say.
That's the only part I know. Ooh, also, I just want to point out, for me, I did all of the tails on my, when I laid it out, I did all the tails facing one direction and making sure, like, I had the front side. Just making sure I had the front side of the granny square opposed to like the bumpier. Like, I don't know if anyone else can tell, but I can, so like it's an issue, you know? So the tails are all facing the same and they're all face up. Right side out. Yeah, especially since this stitch right here, I prefer the chain to be on the outside, so I wanted to make sure that the face was on the outside too. Because like this is cute too, but not cute enough, okay? This is just more cohesive, I think. And it's cute. Like, who would I want to see this? Okay, so since I have like this little fraily tail, I'm just gonna stretch it out to make sure that it's really secure. And you see it's all scrunched up now. I can just yank it back and it'll go back to normal. It's kind of like gathering for sewing, but not, because we're not sewing. Sewing is like, oh my god. People who really know how to sew stuff together, oh my gosh. You are so talented. Like, maybe it's just because I'm a beginner, but that stuff was hard, man. It is hard. Not was, it is hard. Like, seamstresses, you measure someone else's body and make clothes specifically tailored to them. That is so crazy. So crazy. Wild, man. because I downsized a shirt and the armpits are too small now, so I couldn't imagine making it from scratch. Oh my god, no. Thanks though, but no. Oh, let me check if these are actually lined up, because I haven't. I've just been talking. These aren't lined up. This is my third. This one is my third double crochet, and this is only my second. So I'm just going to show how to, like, if they're not the same, if for whatever reason they're not symmetrical, I would just go back into the one that has less, and then come in here and go into the one that needs another. Okay, so basically the right square already had a stitch connected to the left square, but I'm going back into the right square stitch that I just put in and getting a new stitch on the left side, because the left side needs a partner. Basically. And then you can go on to the next, and it's just the first chain right here. I'm gonna go back though. I just want to. Like, you can't really tell. You can't even tell. But I just want to. And for the most part, like, when you, at least for me, when I mess up, I can tell, because all of these loops are bumped up except for this one. So that's how I know, like, oh, girl, you messed up. And it's very clear to me, it's right here. And also, I don't mind when it's when the yarn separates when it comes to tails. Like, if I'm stitching or crocheting and the yarn keeps separating, that's annoying. But like, since it's the tail and it's gonna be hidden anyways, it's fine. And that's why I prefer this way, just in case like one of my tails is all messed up, I could deal with it on my own, because I hate weaving in ends, man. I hate it so much. So much. So much. But this is gonna be really cute. I have a feeling it's gonna be so cute. At least the back. Girl, when I finished putting the back together, I was like, wow, this is, I made this. I didn't make it out of nothing because someone made the yarn, but like, I made this. Isn't that wild? That's so crazy. And you can do it too. Like, that's the thing. Crocheting is literally so, it's not so easy, because like some people be doing really wild stuff and like making it look so cool and stuff. But I be doing the simple stuff and I'll be looking cute, so that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Like, look at how amazing this is. And I just finished, so I'm gonna attach the next two. Look at these two. I ran out of this color. Can you tell? Did I cut this one? I did. I cut this one? Yep. Okay. So this is what I was talking about the tails. Both of them are facing this way. And that's how they are for all of them. So I have all my tails for this one right here. And what I'm gonna do, this is my last row or column or whatever. I think it's a row. It's a column. Whatever it is. These are my last squares for this. So I'm just gonna do it again, fasten off, and then connect. Oh, I don't really need that, huh? I'm gonna connect the next color. It's gonna be blue. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna connect the next color on the bottom, tie it, connect, connect, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. Also, this is still clumped up, so I'm just going to stretch it out. Look at how beautiful she is. Look at how beautiful that is. My gosh. But I'm gonna do that for the rest of them, and then I'm going to connect the exact same way over here. The only difference is once I'm here at the chain one, I slip stitch the chain one and then go through this entire gap right here. Like, I don't go through anything, I just go underneath everything, pull up a loop, and then pull through the white, because you won't have anything else on your hook. So I just wanted to show I literally do the same thing for this whole square, even though the white's already here. And since the white is here, I just go through this entire thing. I'm not picking up any color, I'm just going through and pulling through the entire hole and pull through the white. Tighten it. Ooh, that was probably too tight. And then 1, 2, 3, go to the chain 1. Okay, and just go like regular to the first chain after the cluster up there. Super focused, can you tell? What's up? So, I completed stitching all of these together for their single part. So I have the front panels, I have the sleeves, and I have the back panel. My notes are, I should have, for my front panels, I did the short ones on top. And now that it's done, it was easier to do the vertical first because it just made more sense to me. But I would have done the short ones first and then this big one on top, so they are all together. And also, I didn't think of like how I could have done blue and then pink. I didn't think about all that, like migrating, like how the back panel looks. I just did, okay, this is gonna migrate, okay, that's gonna migrate. So that's what I did, and I wish I did something different. Oh, and also the neckline, I'm not too sure about, because I have one square in between my neck, so we'll see how that pans out. Like this, covering someone's whole neck. Okay, girl, okay. That's gonna be tight around their neck. What are these called? The sleeves are pretty big. I put them on my arm. And I know they're gonna get downsized, but they're still really big. And I already took one whole row off. So it's like these are gonna be huge. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that, but look. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to start with the body. I'm gonna start with the body and we're gonna go from there. So I'm just gonna move my sleeve and I'm sitting on the other one. Okay, I'm going to, again, just the highest chain. So that's what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm doing it wrong. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Okay, I did it wrong. Okay, I hope you can see this. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, just like all the other times. All those like 50 billion other times. I'm going to tie it once. Again, everyone ties their stuff differently. Who really cares? Not me. Do what you want with your body. What you want with your body. Okay, I'm so hungry, man. Okay, pull up, chain 1. Also, I only chain 1 and then go into the next stitch just because it makes it like super flat. Like this one is so flat. My first few were not so flat. Oh, you can't see this. My first few weren't that flat. Like this one looks bad. This one, oh, this one is just a huge lump. And then I finally figured it out, so I just kept doing it that way. But yeah, it's just trial and error. That's all this is. I still recorded it. I'm pretty sure. I think I recorded me doing those ones. But yeah, we're just gonna do this until we get to the pink, obviously, because that's when these come into play. So once I get up here, I'm just gonna connect to the second. Ooh, how am I gonna do this? to the second and then slip stitch those. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. Okay, so I finished the one chain up here. What I'm gonna do is connect to this chain, the chain that was by the cluster, like we did for all the other ones. Connect them. This just seems like a big jump. I'm just gonna tighten this. Can I tighten it? Oh, tighten it. I didn't tighten it the first time. Man, it's moving. Okay, I tightened it. And now I'm going into the first double crochet. Okay, so I have a dilemma. I was on the last 2 squares of my first sleeve, and I tried it on because I knew I still needed the shoulder seam, and each square is only like 4 inches, and I only had 1 square in between the front panels. And I was like, this probably isn't gonna work out because I still needed the shoulder seam. So I undid everything that I just attached, and now I'm gonna add one more, what is it called? I'm gonna add one more row of granny squares on the back panel because it's 5 by 5, so wherever I put it, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, your girl done goofed up. Gosh, very disappointing. That's all I have to say. I just want to be honest, the only reason that I'm okay with adding another row is because I had 22 extra granny squares laying around, because again, I made way too many on accident. So yeah, I'm just gonna add those to the end where I can add pink and blue. I'll probably show a picture or something, but yeah, that's what I'm up to. So I messed up really bad, and my solution is to attach these just here on the side where the tails end. So I'm gonna undo this tail and then just tie it up like I did, or I'm not even gonna undo this. I'm just gonna tie it up like I did for all the other ones. You can see, yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to just whatever direction the other ones went, that's what I'm gonna do here. Just for continuity's sake. I really messed up, man, big time. Okay, this is the last stretch. I'm at the end of my front panel right now. So here's my front panel, here's my back, here's my arm. I'm at the end of the front panel and back panel shoulder seam. So I'm just gonna show what I did for the trim. It's so simple and super easy. And I already did it on the other side. And we'll see how it looks in a bit. This is just a really good shot for me, so I'm just gonna stay right here. I have my chain 1 is already done. I'm gonna go into, okay, whatever. I'm just going to slip stitch this together, and then I'm going to, oh no, I'm gonna catch all of the, so I did it wrong. I'm gonna catch the whole thing now instead of just one loop. So I'm catching the whole V. And for the chain 1 spaces, it's kind of hard, so I do have a smaller hook. If you don't have a smaller hook and you only have like one, I would say, what would I say? I would say use a lead pencil or something. So again, just the V, the entire V, and I'm at the chain space, so I'm going to try to poke through. Okay, I got it. And I just catch both V's. I don't do that for like foundation chains. I don't care to pick up the entire V, but just for this, I like to, you know. So between the chain one space, there's this little hook always right here. So I just pick it up and slip stitch it. So I did that on both sides. I did that on this side and also on this side. 1, 2, 3. And then I still have this one. This is going to be super hard to get through though. So, and this hook is probably like way too small. I was using another hook earlier, but it's on the other side of my room. And I'm over here. And I have my whole, here, wait. I have my whole thing. Look at this. So, it's just on my desk, so I just picked up another one. Okay, and I just picked it up, and I catch it with the other one. That's what I do. If, catching the chain isn't plausible, I would say just go into the whole space. Like, it doesn't really matter that much. Just as long as the trim is even, it'll be fine. Because I think I want to add buttonholes. So that's why I'm making sure that they're even. Alright, and I'm at the end, so I'm just going to slip stitch right here. And also right here. Oops. And then 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I'm just guessing, man. Do whatever you want. Who really cares? Who freaking cares? This is the best part about making a trim. I'm literally just gonna go over my tails as I'm single crocheting, because it makes life so much easier. That's why right now I virtually have like no tails to weave in, which is amazing, if I do say so myself. Okay, so it's all scrunched in right now. I'm just gonna pull it apart. Now I have no tail. And it might fray out, but I just pull it some more. I'm slip stitching for the end of this square. And then I'm going to single crochet here. Do I want to do that? I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to slip stitch it again. Slip stitching the white into the white and then cutting it off. My scissors aren't over here. Okay, I'm about to sew on a button. So this is all the stuff that I need. And for my yarn, I just put it against the squares 3 times. So it's, or you could just put it all the way across, but I did 1 and then flipped it over 2 and then flipped it over 3. And that should be good. I don't know if that's actually gonna work, but I'm pretty sure it will. So I'm just going to thread the needle. And here is the kicker, man. What I'm gonna do is make a slip knot. I don't remember the name of the channel I got this from, but it's an amazing little hack. Okay, and I'm just gonna go into one of my slip stitches between the squares. And I'm not gonna pull the the slip knot out. Okay, so I don't have the button on yet. I'm just going to put this through and yank it. And look at that. It's perfect. It is so perfect. Sorry, you're jiggling a little. Okay, I'm just gonna sew this on. And I go over 5 times. I go over 4 times the same circle to circle. And then on the 5th one, I go to the other hole to the other side. I'll show you, because that doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh. And for the first one, I just pull it through the second V for the first one, because I know this is still jiggly, so I just pick this up. And it's nice and tight. Yeah, like that's pretty good. So then I go in to the back. On the last one, I'm just gonna go not into the same hole that I just put 4 into for this one, but close to it, just so I make sure I catch it. I just don't want all the yarn to undo itself. Like if you've ever embroidered or sewn a button on before, you know what I'm talking about. I can't catch it. There we go. See, and this was pretty good. This was a pretty good amount of yarn. Okay, I just tie it like a regular knot, and I'll weave it in probably. Okay, I've just done 3 of them. They're so cute. I'm going to show how I do the buttonholes, because I've already done the trim. I just added 6 chains here, and I have to just weave in these ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just go into the same one and slip stitch and then chain 1. Oh, and for my first one, because I already made one, for the first one though, I just made sure it would fit. My button would fit, and I wanted it to be like snug, so I didn't go over 6, because at first I was doing 5. Yeah, so after I finish this, I just need a couple of ends to weave in. See, look at how amazing. You can't even see it. I really love that. I love that so much. I could just, beautiful. So I'm done. Here are some pictures and videos to reference. I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm so happy. I'm really glad that I did this and made 23 squares like a really long time ago, and then looked in my drawer and saw the squares and was like, oh, maybe I should do something with these. I'm really happy that I did, because it only took a few days to like get it all together, and I'm really, it came out really cute. That's all I have to say. I'm holding my Academy Award right now, and I would just like to thank the gradient quilt creator, because oh my gosh, that quilt is so beautiful. I would like to thank the YouTuber who made the granny square sweater that I almost made, because without that I wouldn't have learned how to do my flat stitch. So beautiful moment, beautiful moment. My eyes are welling up right now. I would like to thank anyone who watched this video, because this is a pretty long video. I do understand. So if you watched any part of this and now you're here at the end, thank you so much. Thank you. I just want to ask you, please like this and tell me what I should do with these, because I'm going to make a lot of them. Hopefully not too much and end up with extras, but I do plan on making a lot of them. So what am I gonna make? Am I gonna make a bag? Am I gonna make like a crop top kind of thing? Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna make shorts? Shorts? Granny square shorts? Granny square shorts. I would have to think twice about that, but please let me know. Thank you again for watching the video. I think that's all, but yeah, peace out, girl. I put blush on for you. I put blush on for you.